The Detroit Lions traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals here. Bengals still licking their wounds from a tough Monday night showing out in Denver against the Broncos here. And obviously, it does not get any easier hosting a red hot Detroit Lions team. You talking about the Lions, you talk about the Bengals to start this one.
I mean, it's tough to talk about the Bengals offense, but we have to do it. So, look, I think the matchup we're looking at here is Jake Browning, and I know, look, he's a functional backup if the situation is ideal, but the situation is not ideal, especially in pass protection right now. Obviously, we've made a lot about the Bengals offensive line, and, well, that's really sinking them right now. They're 28th in pass blocking grade, and honestly, I'm surprised they're even that high. You look at the matchup of two Lions edge defenders. One, we know very well, and Aiden Hutchinson, who certainly looks like Aiden Hutchinson coming off the leg injury from last year, 92.1 pass rush grade. But how about all of a sudden the partner in crime he has there in Al-Qadim Muhammad, an 86.9 pass rush grade. He's been really good so far. We've been asking forever, hey, who are the Lions going to have as a second edge rusher here who can complement Hutchinson and just take something off of him? Right now, that's Al-Qadim Muhammad, and I'll tell you what's exciting for the Lions in this D-line. We know DJ Reader and Tyleik Williams are solid run defenders, but they just opened the window for Aleem McNeil to return from IR. He's their best interior pass rusher. You get him back with the way these two edge rushers are playing right now, you got a dangerous pass rush, and then you're going up against a Bengals offensive tackle duo that has struggled in pass protection. Orlando Brown Jr., 63 pass blocking grade, Amarius Mims of 49.3. The Lions will probably blitz some just to throw it in there, and at times their defense can get aggressive, but I'll tell you what, they don't necessarily have to if Hutchinson and Al-Qadim Muhammad are going to keep playing like this. You send that four-man rush on this Bengals team, they still are not going to give a whole lot of time for Jake Browning to work in the pocket.
You were talking about the Bengals offensive line there. I actually want to talk about Detroit's offensive line because I think that their pass rush has really started to heat up, as the year has gone on, which I think has been a major catalyst for them. But I think the interior offensive line is the biggest difference from how the season started to where it is now and how we think of the Detroit Lions heading into this game. When you look at the first 2 weeks overall, their interior offensive line, so you're looking at Christian Mahogany, you're looking at Tate Ratledge, you're looking at Graham Glasgow, a 49.2 overall blocking grade with their three interior players through the first 2 weeks of the season. Obviously not ideal. Weeks 3 and 4, much better. 69.8, almost 70 between those guys. The floor has been so much higher with their interior players over the last 3 weeks, or 2 weeks, excuse me. And I think that means a ton towards where we have this team now as opposed to where they were at the beginning of the season. Over the last 2 weeks, they are 5th in the NFL in EPA per play. The Bengals, 32nd in the NFL in EPA per play. It's hard looking at how well the Lions are playing up front on both sides of the ball to think that they would not outscore the Cincinnati Bengals at this point in time. And so specifically, I think that it's a shout out to those three guys on the interior for Detroit, which looked a little shaky to start the season. I mean, that's where they had some replacement players. You wonder, was this going to be a full year thing? They have really bounced back and they have really started to gel together very, very well. And so with that, it's hard for me to find a realm where outside of Jake Browning just going nuclear, even if he does, the problem with this game for me, Dalton, is that even a fantastic Jake Browning game, does that keep up with the Lions for how well they have played over the last couple of weeks? I don't even think that's a guarantee. So even if you say Jake Browning's got to go crazy in this game, even if Jake Browning goes crazy, they could still get outscored with how the Lions are playing and how they're blocking up front. 35-17 is the score that I have here. I think the Bengals are going to be a little bit better than what we saw on Monday Night Football, but ultimately, I just don't think that they're going to outscore this Detroit Lions team.
I'm with you. I think the Bengals right now, the last 2 weeks and the beatings they've taken against Minnesota and now against Denver, it feels a bit demoralizing. It feels like, I know they went on a nice run with Jake Browning a couple of years ago, and he played relatively well, but even that situation was better than the one they're in now. Their defense is worse. This offensive line, and we mentioned the pass protection, can't run block either. They can't run the ball at all, and you saw Denver with their run game control the pace of the game, especially in the second half. I'm with you. I've got Detroit 35-17. The Bengals, it's just ugly right now. It really is, especially in the trenches on both sides of the ball. And I've been asked several times, hey, well, should they trade for a quarterback, a Jameis or a Russell Wilson or a Kirk Cousins? I just don't think it matters. I really don't. I mean, until they start playing significantly better up front and they can find a way to run the football, we're going to see more of the same from the Bengals that we've seen the last couple weeks.
As much as I think Jameis Winston could be a lot of fun with these offensive weapons, I do think that ultimately you're probably right. I just want to see it for my own selfishness because I think that all their play, at least they would score a lot of points. I think more than they're scoring now. But it's hard to think that would amount to wins given how they are playing up front.